It may be Labor Day weekend, but it's also the War of 1812 weekend at Old Fort Niagara in Youngstown. The fort's lead civilian interpreter, Hanai Weber, is here to tell us all about it. Good morning.
Good morning.
Listen, I'm fairly familiar with the War of 1812. I just did it again, 1812. I did that in the T's as well, so clearly I'm not that familiar. But listen, for anyone who is not familiar with that war, we'll call it, update us on what it was, first of all.
The War of 1812 is complicated.
Yeah.
There's a lot of factors that go into why it happened, but the basic gist of it is it's a war that was fought between the United States and the Great Britain and its colonies, and Canada is one of its colonies, and so a lot of the action happened in Western New York because of how close the United States border to Canada is. As we all know, you can see from Youngstown, where Fort Niagara is, you can see Canada. It's less than a mile across the way, so a lot of battles happened in our area historically.
And it wasn't just Western New York. Old Fort Niagara was very much involved in this, right?
Absolutely,
yeah.
Absolutely. It happened kind of all over the United States, or what the United States was then.
Right.
But it was a huge war that lasted from 1812 until 1816. So 4 years of hard war in this area.
How do you take all of that happened so long ago and kind of turn it into a modern-day interpretation of that time?
We like to look at things and how they are relevant or how they've stayed the same. A lot of stuff has changed since 1812, obviously, but a lot of things have stayed the same. And so our weekend takes things that are familiar to people now and looks at how people of the past were doing them and draws those connections in a way that makes sense.
And some of it is actual, authentic things, and you've brought a few of them here,
yes,
right?
Yeah, being able to handle real things or reproductions of historic things is really important to us. So I've got here on the table, this is an artillerist's coat from 1812, and the matching shako or shako that would go with it. I've got a cannon fork here, which would have been used to carry one of these guys. This is a 6-pound cannonball.
Okay, that's got a little heft to it. Yeah. It's not a baseball, that's for sure.
Yeah, and I brought this cannonball today because one of the really cool activities that we're doing this weekend is a hot shot demonstration. Hot shot is a cannonball that's been heated up till it's red. And once it's at that temperature, it's over 1,000 degrees, usually closer to 1,700 degrees Fahrenheit. And so we're going to do some experiments based on a period document looking at what happens when you take a red hot cannonball, sprinkle gunpowder on it, put it on a piece of wood, dump water on it, all those kinds of fun things. And this is the very cannonball that's going to be heated up.
That's the one?
Yes.
All right. Well, the kids are going to love that one for sure, and the adults too.
Yeah.
Real quick before we go, when's it happening and what do people need to know about tickets?
It will happen this weekend on Saturday and Sunday. We'll be open from 10 o'clock to 5 o'clock. And to get tickets, you can come to our visitor center and purchase them in person. You can also purchase them on our website, oldfortniagara.org.
Okay, well, sounds good. Should be a great weekend. Thank you so much for the preview and for bringing all this stuff. That was quite heavy.
Yeah.